Welcome to Secrets of Tennis. My name is Karina Ward. Today I will be showing you guys how to run a high school practice for a boys varsity team. I myself have been playing tennis for almost 20 years, and I'm going to use my experience in the way I conduct the practice today. We're going to start off with just some simple exercises to warm up, work on our footwork, reaction, stretches, and then we're going to get into some drills following live ball hitting, and we're going to finish off with some fun games. First and foremost, it's good to make sure that all the boys are warmed up and loosen up their muscles before they actually even hit a single tennis ball. The first exercise we do is a 4-lap drill where they'll run the first lap regularly and then sidestep the second lap, karaoke the third, and then back pedal for the fourth lap. That will be to just loosen up. The second thing that we do is jump rope. Jumping rope is also a very good exercise for footwork, wrist, and a cardiovascular. So what I had the boys do is 50 jump ropes regularly with 2 feet. Then they did right foot 25, left foot 25, and then alternating feet, boxer style 50. So a total of 200 jumps. The third exercise was strictly a reaction drill where they are paired up with a partner and they have 2 balls. One of the partners is holding 2 balls in their hands and they let go of the balls. The goal is for the other partner to catch the ball before it hits the ground. Now we're doing drill number 4, continuing to work on our reaction as well as our footwork and getting to the ball. So you're paired up with the same partner you used in the previous drill, and you stand about 4 to 5 feet apart, holding the racket on the ground, and each player has to switch and run to the opposite player's racket without the racket hitting the ground. If successful, you're going to take a step back and then repeat. Take another step back and repeat up until the distance you're comfortable without both players not catching the racket. Now we're moving on to drill number 5, which is continuing with our reaction exercises and warm-up, but now we're adding more footwork and actual sprints. So the kids are going to start off on the double sideline and they're going to skip and jump over the double sideline with both feet. When I yell go, they're going to sprint all the way to the opposite sideline and then sprint back. They're going to do this several times, and then we're going to switch to the right foot over the double sideline and then following with the left foot over the double sideline. Now we're moving on to drill number 6, which is actual hitting. So now we all start on the baseline. I'm on the same side as the kids, and I just drop feed the ball. The kids are going to do 2 forehands or 2 backhands, then they're going to run a lap and hop into the end of the opposite line. This way everyone stays moving, everyone stays engaged and active, and they're warming up their ground strokes. Down the line to start off. Nice and smooth. Good, all right. 2 shots, you don't need to bring me balls. No need to pick up. Make sure you recover back to the yellow cone. Back to the yellow cone. Good, let's go. Back to the yellow cone, you gotta recover more. Rotate. Let's go, back to the yellow cone faster, James, recover. Now we're moving on to drill number 7. Everyone is mostly warmed up from the baseline. I am now feeding balls from across the net, and I'm working on hitting the ball to their backhand side. The kids in turn have to run around and hit an inside-out forehand and then run around the cone. So they're gonna run around, hit an inside-out forehand, sidestep around the yellow cone, get back in position to hit the next shot. After they finish doing this for 5 times in a row, they're gonna hop onto the ladder drill, and they're gonna do footwork on the ladder and then run a lap and get back in line. The other half of the class, in the meanwhile, is doing serves on the court next to us. This way, again, everyone is staying engaged and not waiting for a long period of time. Nice. Short ball. Very nice, Sigmund. Good shot. Come on, come on. Good, let's go, let's go, let's go. Get up to it now. Go, go, go. Very nice. Rotate. Nice, Jean. Come on. Nice. You got it. Nice shot, right to the cone, perfect. Now drill number 8, we're introducing a little bit more live ball hitting, and we're working on just touch shots and angles. So I've put cones out for the kids. They're standing inside the service line close to the net and hitting forehand to forehand cross-court angle shots or backhand to backhand cross-court angle shots. And the goal is not to win the point, is just to get a consistent rally going across the net. Once they've done forehand to forehand, they switch to backhands and vice versa. Now we're moving on to drill number 9. This is volleys. So the kids are going to start off very close to the net and hit touch volleys just to work on their footwork and contact point in front on their volley. The goal is not to win the point, again, is just to keep a rally going while hitting volleys to each other down the line. Now we're introducing drill number 10. Drill number 10 is geared more towards doubles play. So I have half of the kids getting ready to return on the deuce side, and the other half are in a line on the ad side at the net. I serve to the person on the deuce side. They have to return the ball cross court. The other player is going to mimic like they're going to poach. So as soon as the other player hits their return cross court, the net player runs up to hit a poaching aggressive volley right at the feet. And then the second shot is just a touch volley going cross court away from both of their opponents. After a while, we're going to switch. Half the class is serving in the meanwhile, and then I switch to make sure everyone gets to practice that drill and as well as serve. Good. Go, go, go. Nice. Touch volley. Nice, Ryan. Very good. Cross court. Good. Touch volley now. Almost. Here we go, James. Return cross court. Poach. Touch volley. Good. Now we're moving on to drill number 11. This game is called rotation. So now we're doing some live ball hitting from the baseline where we're actually trying to win the point. So in this drill, I feed the ball. You have one person standing on the baseline, one at the net, and you have two teams on both sides. The person on the baseline hits their first shot cross court, and after that, the point goes and anyone can hit anywhere. Regardless whether you win or lose, at the end of each point, you rotate. So the player at the net rotates out, the player on the baseline rotates to the net, and the player that was out now takes the spot of the person on the baseline. First team to 15 wins. Usually I'll have the losing team do suicides to keep the boys motivated and excited to win and try their best. 9-6. Good shot, Alex. Good, 9-7, rotate. Nice shot. 10-7. Out. There you go. All right. Switch sides, guys. Suicides for the people who lost. Six, 9. 7-9. 8-9. 8-10. One set, guys. Are you gonna win any of them? Now we're moving on to drill number 12. This is called live ball. This again is mimicking more doubles play, but basically you have two champions on one side of the court and then a lot of the rest of the team on the other side. They're the challengers. So the goal is for the two partners to win 3 points on the challenger side before the two partners on the champion side win 2 points. So if they win 3 before the other team wins 2, then they get to come over and be champions. The first feed is just a ball straight to the baseline player and they hit it cross court. And after that, they have to be ready for anything. I can hit a volley, I can give them a overhead, I can give them a short ball or a baseline shot. They have to be ready for anything. If you're not hitting, bend. Everybody at the fence, if you're not the 4 people playing, back up to the fence. Here we go. 0-1. 1-1. That was yours, Sig. Rotate. One. 1-1. 2-1. Out. Come on over. 3, 2, 1. Touch the fence if you're not playing, Sig and Evan. 1-0. 1-1. Then we had drill number 13, which is around the world. It's more of a singles game and it's geared more on consistency. It's just keeping the ball in play. So you have half the team on one side of the court and half on the other. They hit one ball and then they rotate all the way to the opposite side of the court and at the end of the line. The goal is to keep the ball in play as much as they can, and every time they miss, they lose a life. By the time they lose all their lives, they take a seat, and the last person standing will win the whole game. All right, one for Jean. Is that one for Alex? One for Ken. Evan. One for Desmond. Jean is out. Take a seat, Jean. Alex is out. James ready. One for James. Ben is out. Rotate. Desmond is out. Desmond, take a seat. Guys, take a seat on the bench. Ryan out. Here we go. I mean, one life, I mean. You're fired. All right. Out. Evan, you have one or you're at 0? 0. Stay where you are. Switch with your partner. Stay where you are. Switch with your partner. Out. Ken is at 0. All right. Down to 3 people. Take a seat, Ken. Ryan's out. James, come. What do you have, Sid? One life. What do you have, James? 1-1. Winner takes all. Sig takes the first one. One more time, guys. Go. One more. Now we're moving on to drill number 14. And here we're playing a similar game as Around the World, except it's called Around the Block. And to make it really fun and engage the students even more, I have them only use one racket. So it takes away their ready and reaction time. So as soon as they hit the ball, they have to pass the one racket they have to their partner, and so on and so forth. And we usually play a first team up to 15. Let's go, Ben, quickly. 5-8. 6-8. 6-9. Nice shot. 6-10. 10-11 or 11-10. Run with him, run with him. Guys, you run with him for the 8th time. Rotate. 12-10. 13-10. 14-10. Now drill 15 is usually towards the end of practice, and it's a slow jog. I have the boys do 1 ball pickup, so they are only allowed to touch 1 ball at a time and run and bring it to the basket, and then run, grab another ball 1 at a time to bring it back into the basket again. And this drill basically is a warm down, so it's a slow jog to kind of get the boys to wrap up and finish practice. Before that, we usually also have match play, so that's usually when we'll have doubles or singles match play, but we didn't do that today. At the very end of practice, it's very important that we kind of do a cool down, so we do some stretches, our leg stretches, arm stretches, and then of course a cheer to finish practice. We're Tigers, South Pasadena Tigers, so that was what we did at the end. Be quiet. Ryan, go ahead.
What? Tigers on 3! Tigers on 3! 1, 2, 3, Tigers!
So that usually is how we conclude our practice, with a nice big loud cheer. So that's my recommendation when you're running a big team practice, such as high school or maybe even college. The most important thing is you get a good warm-up, you get some good hitting, as well as volleys, serves, baselines, ground stroke shots, and live ball hitting, very important, and then a nice jog and something to stretch and cool down at the very end. So with that, I hope you guys join us for some more big tennis secrets.
Game, set the net.